They were about to die. Every single one of them. And the only person who could stop it? A young Jewish woman who had never even spoken up for herself before. But what she did next changed history forever. This is the story of Esther, the woman who risked everything to save her people. She didn't have power. She didn't have a plan. But what she did have? Courage. The kind of courage that comes when you realize that maybe, just maybe, God put you right where you are for a reason. Esther wasn't supposed to be queen. She was just an ordinary Jewish girl living in exile in Persia. But then out of nowhere, King Xerxes chose her to be his new queen. There was just one problem. She had to keep her identity a secret. If anyone found out she was Jewish, who knows what would happen? And then came the real crisis. Haman, the king's highest official, had a plan. A deadly plan. He convinced the king to sign a decree. On a specific day, every Jewish man, woman, and child would be wiped out. And Esther? She was trapped inside the palace, safe. But only for now. Her cousin Mordecai sent her a message. Do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone will escape. Who knows? Perhaps you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. It hit her like a thunderbolt. Maybe this wasn't an accident. Maybe God had placed her in the palace not for her comfort, but for this moment. But there was a problem. She couldn't just walk up to the king and ask for help. No one could. Not even the queen. If she approached the king without being summoned, she could be executed on the spot. Unless he extended his golden scepter to her. For 3 days, Esther fasted and prayed. Then, she put on her royal robes, took a deep breath, and stepped into the throne room. Silence. The king looked up, his eyes locked on hers. Would he have her killed? Then, he lifted his golden scepter. She was safe. But she didn't stop there. She invited the king and Haman to a banquet, then another. And when the time was right, she finally revealed the truth. My king, someone is trying to destroy me and my people. The king was furious. Who would do such a thing? She turned to Haman. This vile man. Haman's face drained of color. The same gallows he had built for Mordecai? The king ordered that he be hung on them instead. Because of Esther's courage, the Jewish people were saved. But here's the real lesson. Esther didn't feel brave. She was terrified. But she stepped up anyway. She realized that God had placed her where she was for such a time as this. And maybe God has placed you right where you are for a reason too. Thanks for listening. Want to see more powerful Bible stories? Then don't forget to like and subscribe.